Just seeing how this goes. Hey, I was just testing this out. Is this working good? Can you hear me? I cleaned it up in here, made it real nice. Can you hear me? Can you hear me loud and clear? Testing, testing. Hello. Get my camera set right. Hello. I was just seeing if this is working good, better than my phone. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay, just checking. Does it sound good? I've been working on this room. Looks a lot better in here. I'm usually not up this late, but I've been working on this room so long that I ended up staying up this late. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. I guess we'll talk about something since we're here, right? Anybody ready for this January the 6th? Anybody got any ideas about it? Uh, I don't know. I just heard one or two people say something. It's about that planetary alignment. This mic over here where I can make sure I got my camera in the right spot. I just need some help because earlier I was fumbling real bad. I was fumbling real bad, and my phone keeps letting me down. So I'm gonna start doing it from here. But I know that I want a decent background. This is not what the background I really want. My phone allows me to do a better background. I don't know how to. Is the lighting good? Let's see. How about that? How about that? Gabriel, still with me? Who's all with me? I see five. I see five of you. Oh, okay. So I guess since we're here, we'll talk about how to get free of sin. Would you like to be free of sin? I'm not talking about the old school way. Okay, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I guess since I've got a small crowd, you know, I will go ahead and do my sin spiel one more time. If you want to hear how to be free of sin and not like the church has told you and be stuck in being always a sinner because it's not true. Would you like to hear that? Would you like to hear about that? I don't mind doing it this late. I'd love to grab some more right here. I grabbed five today, five yesterday, 17 just a couple days ago that all understand what I'm saying. And if you're interested, I will tell you about it. That way we can get some more in, and I can show you how the church is teaching all churches have been infiltrated. They've all been infiltrated. They all teach the same message, which tells me they've all been infiltrated or they just don't get the message. Would you like to hear about it? You tell me, Gabriel. I guess I'll just start talking. Um, okay. So we've always been taught that sin is rebelling against the law, right? Rebelling against the law. However, sin was created 1500 years before the law, so it has nothing to do with rebelling against the law. See, when Adam and Eve were in the garden, they were to live forever. Live forever. These were just clothes. They weren't, the skin was clothes. So the flesh was clothes. And they were going to live forever. However, when they did what they did, and it doesn't matter what it was, let's just say they was told not to touch this phone, look at Apple phone, huh? But if they were told not to touch this phone right here, it's the only thing you can't do. And if you do this, you will surely die. Well, they did it, and they decided I didn't die immediately. So what else is God lying about? Because they thought they would die immediately if they touched, did whatever it was. Well, because they didn't die immediately, that they were going to die because they were stuck in the skin now. Now this was no longer clothes; it's flesh. So when the father came back, he said, "Adam, where are you?" He said, "I'm over here in the garden. Why are you hiding in the garden?" Because he said he was hiding behind that tree. He said, next words were, "Who told you this lie?" And because you believed this lie, he cursed them, and they were separated from the Father because the Father can't be around sin. And so 1500 years later, we get the law, and sin afforded for it to make so many different sins under it because sin is singular, not plural. But under the law, it was made plural because it infected the law. It wasn't what it was supposed to be. These are supposed to be characteristics of God, and you're supposed to recognize them in you because it was always spiritual. However, however, um, back to what I was saying, it being separation from the Father. That's what Jesus came to do. He died for your sin, singular, so that you would no longer be separated from the Father. Apologize for him. Talk to the Father about it. That's why this it says, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come; it will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our trespasses, or transgressions, or debts, or what have you." And it also says, "Lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil." None of that says sin in it. This is what Jesus told you to say because that's what he said. Now, Jesus never was a sinner because he was never separated from the Father, the only one of us that was never separated from the Father. Now, Jesus walked the earth, and he died for our sin. He went to hell, and he rose again. Okay, and by doing so, he died sin. He became sin for you so that you no longer would be separated from the Father. Now, transgressions under the law are in your heart. That's changed the law, but he renewed it because it was always spiritual. So you automatically know in your heart not to steal and not to kill and not to do these bad things. They're in your heart. Sin when you become something new. When baptize you and raise you up, you go in a sinner and come. That's not the way it was supposed to be. It's that you go in a sinner and come out a non-sinner, and you walk in righteousness. So now you can be the same type of person. I'm not talking about it's transgressions and that Jesus made. So what the church not telling you is that you're no longer a sinner. No longer a sinner. Sinners are separated from the Father. If you're no longer separated from the Father, you're no longer a sinner. They keep you in a rotate. It's called Swiss cheese Christianity. I don't understand. You can what here. I don't speak in English, but I can explain speaking. Don't understand English, but I can understand your spirit, and I can explain these. I can fit. Okay, so I don't totally understand that, but I'm just telling you that you're supposed to be free of sin. You're not supposed to be still in it. Jesus freed you of sin by saying you're still a sinner after he died for your sin. When he says, "Here, go sin no more," he means, "Hey, go be without the Father no more." Sin means separation from the Father. That is it. Has its only meaning. Okay, all the things under the commandments, just like one sin's no worse than the other, because separation from the Father is separation from the Father. Now, when Jesus died for you, you got your skin, you got your clothes back. You're no longer stuck to this flesh, so you live forever. Does that make sense? You live forever. You lost your clothes in the garden. You got them back now. You live forever. You live, and so by doing so, you are forgiven of your sin, and you're no longer a sinner. You follow the commandments of your heart. That's why the greatest commands are, what is it? Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and love your brother. And those are the two great. They cover everything. They're in your heart, and you're by the church leaving you a sinner. That means the whole church has been infiltrated. That is the great falling away. They've made it. They've embraced sin instead of getting rid of it. Jesus died for your sin, so that now you can carry your own cross. That means you carry the cross and make his lighter. Quit going back and crucifying him over and over again, saying, "I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner, I'm a sinner, I've sinned, I've sinned." Take care of that one time at the cross. How many times did he die? Once for your sin. And that's how, and you don't keep dying over and over for it. You either are a sinner or you are not. But I tell you, a sinner will not enter the kingdom of heaven unless they lay down their life, meaning they don't, what's coming. Is anybody with me? I'm just talking just to see if I can see if this is working good. Anybody with me? Can you understand what I'm saying? Because if you do, you can be free of sin. I can take you the Bible route. I can tell you that just straight out. But to remain in sin is like saying Jesus didn't do anything for you. And that's what the church won't tell you. The church will not tell you this because either for one or two reasons. One being that they don't know because they don't listen. Here it is. Jesus tells it in the parable of the sower. You want to hear it real quick? Okay. So he tells the parable of a sower. He says a sower goes off to sow some seed, and he sows some in a shallow path, and the birds come down and quickly ate it. He said some sowed some in a rocky path, and though it grew up strong, it had no root, so it withered. Then he said some fell in the thorns and thistles, and it choked it out. Well, right after he said this, the disciples pulled him aside and they said, "Master, why do you speak like that in parable like that, in parables?" And he said, "Do you not understand? And this is the secrets to the kingdom of heaven. They've been given to you, but for the others they will not see. and they will not ever want to hear, they will not hear. And though they want to see, they will not see. Okay. So, and then he says, Isaiah said it too. Okay. Then you go to, now let's go to Mark because it was told three times. And Mark tells the parable of the sower. Let's just skip right to what the disciples asked. The disciples said, Master, why do you speak to him in parables like this? He said, do you not understand this parable? Because if you don't understand this parable, you will not understand anything else I say. So, okay, I'm gonna just keep going. So, in that, he's telling you if you don't understand the first parable, you won't understand anything else I say. And then in Luke again, he tells it again, and it says, uh, "In the secrets are the king. In this parable are the secrets to the kingdom of heaven." So the parable's told three times for a reason. He's telling you that the secrets of the kingdom of heaven are in this parable. And if you don't understand the first parable, you won't understand anything else I say. Then let's go back. Adam and Eve. If you don't understand, look, it goes many different ways. You could say it's a sexual sin. You could say it's this. You could say it's that. It takes people all different directions. But what the point was is if I said, do not touch this or you'll surely die, and they didn't die immediately, they said, what else is he lying about? That started sin, separation from the Father. Now, there, by knowing the definition, now you can go forward to Jesus and see what he done for you. That is the secret of the kingdom of heaven. Next, what else did he say? If you don't understand this parable, you won't understand anything else I say. Meaning, if you don't understand the first them, that one, and he tells you how people are going to take it. Okay, he says the birds that come down and snatch it, Satan snatches it away immediately. That means as soon as I say it, you won't listen. Second, some people take it and they sounds great to them, and they run off and tell someone else, and because they have no root, they wither. Means that they away from them. Third are the people that hear it and really don't care because they the world around them they've got so much going on that it just they can't think of something like that. And then there's the soul, which produces a crop of and 100 times what it's sown. And so what's been live streams is as we've been noticing that we've already got to the 30, we're working on the 60, and we want 100 times what is sown. So you can either be free of sin, like Jesus offered, or remain in it, and and that's just the way it is. Hey, Damon, I'm just you know what? I was out here working on this. Does it look better? I'm just trying to have a little something better, and my phone hasn't been acting right, so I think it's working right. Does it sound good? And I'm just telling you guys, if any of you guys are interested in this, throw up, see that one diamond, he throws up that one. He already knows what I'm talking about. He got free of sin. And so can you. You throw that one up and just let me know that, hey, I got your message and I understand. I know you do, Damon. I'm just talking to anybody else that's in here that interested in being free of sin instead of being stuck in it. I have the message. I can deliver it. I can't give it to you, but ask the Lord yourself. All right, is that's the new one? That's the new one. Hang on, let me write it down. That is awesome. You know what? You're the sixth person today, which is even better, better, better. So I'm going to write you down because make sure you subscribe so that you can get notifications. But we're a family, aren't we, Damon? Tell them we're a family, and we keep up with each other, and we have a great time. We talk about anything from the rapture to just anything. You know what I mean? Like, And I was just on here, like I say, I don't even know what kept me on this late, other than just trying to test this out. And I think it looks all right. All right, that there you go. See, that's free of sin. Now you see. Let me tell you something. Now you get a receipt. See, before you just was in a revolving door, but no longer in that revolving cross and talk to the Father yourself. You talk to the Father. He sees you as you. And now Jesus worked for you. I'm not changing anything Jesus said. I'm just telling the true message. If you're not free of sin, he hasn't worked for you yet. Glory, glory. All right, Gary, brothers and sisters. My oldest son was in an accident tonight. He's supposed to be surgery at 6 a.m. Please lift him up. Hey, he's got our prayer. Okay, I'll talk directly to the Father for you. All right, and and I'll ask him right now. Please, please, please take care of Gary's son. Okay, he was in a bad wreck. His brother and sister, his oldest son. Okay, and please, please look out for him, Lord. He just needs surgery, Lord. He'll be all right, right? He'll be all right. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine, Gary. Okay, don't you worry about it, bud. He's gonna be fine. Uh, blessings from Germany. Blessings from Arkansas. I am so glad to have you, Gabriel. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Amen. And you've got that prayer, and that prayer, the power of prayer is awesome, especially when we pull together, right? It's 1 o'clock in the morning. We got 12 people on here. That's pretty awesome. I think so. And look, Gabriel, Diamond got to see Gabriel. Look, that's another one. Gabriel, you're going to enjoy our lives. We do. I come on at 6 most of the time, but I'll be on a lot more than that here real soon. And I do a lot of videos too. You might like. Let's see. Robert, what's up, bud? I just gave the whole speech on the freedom of sin, and I don't mind doing it again. I took Gabriel through the Bible. Not only did I do that, I did it fast, and I can show you the freedom of sin. But you got to understand the definition of what sin is to be free of it. See, if you confuse the language, you confuse the people, and that's what they've done. And it's infiltrated the whole church system. I haven't found one church that preaches freedom of sin. They 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 are embracing it by saying once a sinner, always a sinner, and just doesn't never make sense. I'll show you what makes sense. We got a common sense God, a common sense God. Yes, He is. Yes, He is. And I'm here to tell you, Jesus gave us the secret in the parable of the sower to show you the freedom of sin. I know He showed me how to teach it, and I can teach it to you really fast and show you how you've been taught wrong. Hey, I've got 67-year-old people on my that have been indoctrinated their whole life, and they get exactly what I'm saying, and they're free of it. You'll be free of sin, and that sounds crazy, don't it? But it's not crazy once I tell you what it is. Yeah, the languages. All you got to do is confuse what the language means. See, they said sin was rebellion against the law, right? Rebelling against the law, that's sin. Guess what? The law came 1,500 years after sin. So it doesn't mean that. What it means is separation from the Father. See, when we weren't meant to die. These were just clothes. These were clothes like these are clothes, and they wear out just like these clothes. These wear out, but we were not meant to wear out with them. They were just clothes. But when man did what he did, and let's just say it was this. He said, "Don't touch this. You can do anything here, but don't touch this, because if you do this, you will surely die." Well, they did it. And they didn't die immediately, so they said, what else is he lying about? And it started the lie. But they were going to surely die because now what was closed is flesh. They're stuck in it to die. What now let's move forward. Jesus came and died for your sin. Sin is singular. It means separation from the Father. That's its only meaning. Separation from the Father. Jesus came to die for your sin so that you would no longer be separated from the Father. You could talk to the Father yourself. Now, what they've taught you is once a sinner, sin. And you only, every time you go back to do the sins thing, see, the law was made to show you transgression and show you the right way to live. That sin afforded all these things under it, so that you'd have so many sins that you would never. I drink, I smoke, I slept with somebody, I did this, I did that, so that you'll never get close. It never was plural. It was singular, separation from the Father. These are transgressions. That's why the Bible says, and Jesus says, the only prayer you should say is, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, it will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses, our our debts, our transgressions. What you plug in there, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Do you hear anything in there that says sin? Because you handle sin once at the cross. That's it. That's it. You either got the Father or you don't. And when he says go and sin no more, that means go not be don't be without the Father ever again. That's what that means. You're not different than the next guy. There's a sinner doing things that a transgressor does. Sometimes you'll premeditate being mad at somebody, and then you feel bad about it. That's the Father working on you. Those are called transgressions. Sin, the Father can't, because he can't be around sin. But Jesus came to patch that bridge up. So do you want to be free of sin and no longer be a sinner? Or do you want to remain in it? See, I'm a transgressor, not a sinner. Sometimes I transgress. Is anybody interested in this? Gabriel, we got one. Throw up a one if you're interested. If that sounds like exactly what you've always wanted to know, because the every church has been infiltrated. That's the great falling away. Has been happening for years, and it's in every church. Not one will teach you the freedom of sin. All right, Gary, that is another one. See, that's what we're doing. We're growing the family, and y'all are that's the seventh one today. This is real. This is the real teaching. This is what you were supposed to be taught, but they didn't teach it right. And Jesus taught me how to teach it. And this is getting ready for, you guys, you think about raptures. Oh, what happened? Oh, you think about raptures and all these things. Well, Jesus is not coming back for the sinner. And that's what I'm teaching. He's showing me to teach these people this real quick. We got a short time to get all these in. Is there anybody else that's interested? I'm not trying to be pressure. It's just if you're interested in not being a sinner anymore. It doesn't mean you're perfect. See, they try to teach you sin means you have to be perfect. Sin just means you don't have a relationship with the Father, or you're not a sinner and you have a relationship with the Father. And that's the only meaning. Look, God didn't separate sin and the law 1,500 years apart for no reason. And that's what they've taught you. It's just the wrong way. So we got two. I am. Okay, I see an I am. Is that you throw up that one, throw up that one. I am means the Father. I'm telling you. When you got the I am, you're not a sinner anymore. When you got the I am, when you talk to the I am, that's the I am in you. No longer a sinner. But the I am cannot be around a sinner. You know that. I know that. Everyone knows that. Jesus died for that. He died of all these things so that you wouldn't have to. That's all it means is separation from God. That's it. That's it. It has no other meaning. It just used to make it where there were so many things that you could call sins when sin is singular. Jesus didn't die for your sins, he died for your sin. Sins are just something you do under a sin consciousness. Once the sin consciousness is gone and you got the Christ consciousness, you can't sin. You transgress. You're just a normal guy. You're a normal person. They made Jesus so perfect that you thought it was unachievable. See, when that means you're no longer stuck to the flesh, these are just clothes. These clothes will die, but you won't. It's an illusion. That's why you see Paul talking about the struggling with the flesh. Of course, you struggle with the flesh if you're stuck in it. The church teaches once a sinner. The church teaches once a sinner, always a sinner. All you got to do is believe. I'm telling you, you can be now not be a sinner here right now. Be free of it. Jesus died for that. That's it. Listen, listen. That's the whole point. Why do you think Job stayed good with God? Let's talk about that. So Satan appears before God, and he says, "Where have you been? I've been to and fro, running whoever I want." He said, "Have you seen my son Job? You won't get him to crack." "Oh yeah, if you let me take away all his stuff." "Oh yeah, he will." Well, you can't kill him. Well, Job loses all throughout, but he talks to God the entire time. And you know the story. People come to him, say things, even his wife. However, Job was there every day talking to God. And even by the end, Job seems to get a little bit aggravated. He's like, "Father, look, I'm sitting right here. I'm in his whatever, whatever." And then God goes off for about 10 pages telling him everything he does, meaning there's nothing he doesn't do. There's nothing that he controls everything. Everything. He either gives it to you or takes it away. He either allows it or he don't. Well, Job stayed good with God. You know how he did? Seemed like he got mad at him. You know what? Because there never was a Satan in the story after the beginning. It's only him and God. And that's how he stayed good with God. Okay. And then God tells you everything he does. God's in control of everything. So once you realize that there's no Satan's locked out of you, that he doesn't exist, he may exist in other people, but not in you because you only talk to the Father. That means that Jesus worked for you and you're no longer a sinner. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Any more ones out there? Hey, I know it's 1 in the morning, but we can do this. It's easy. Listen, it's the easiest thing in the world, and it's also the hardest if you're indoctrinated. If you've been indoctrinated by the Christian church, listen, there is no such thing as religion. Jesus said it. It's just Jesus, the Father, and you. That's the Trinity. Father for you, Son. Hey, Father for you, Son with you, Holy Spirit in you. Those three go together and make the Holy Trinity. That's all there is to it. Come on, guys. Throw up some ones. If you don't want to be a sinner anymore, throw up one. Throw up one. Be free of sin. Be free of it. Leah, what's up? I just, I don't know. I was just testing this out and ended up having some people on here. See, Leah's a one. We got a couple new ones here. We really do. We really do. All right, brief tab. So I can write you down. Brief toe. All right, there's three. Three new ones, Leah. Three new ones. Gabriel, Gary, and look. And this is just me up in the morning talking. And I look. I can talk. I can tell. I took them all the way through the Bible, the first rip, and some of them you can just talk to and tell it common sense. After your sin, he became sin. Why would that? It's just not true. It's not true. So That once a sinner, always a sinner, that's embracing sin. That's saying, okay, what he did for me didn't, doesn't exactly work. So I'll just embrace it. Right? So now, guess what? You came in here this morning at, I don't know what time it is where you're at. It's 2:01 in the AM. And look at you. Look at you. Look at the people's lives that's been changed just now. I will. I will. And listen, I'm going to tell you something. You're going to run into things like First John. Listen to me now because this will come up. The man that says he isn't a sinner is a liar and has no truth in him. I once was a sinner, I admitted it. Now I'm no longer a sinner. Okay. So the man that says he isn't a sinner was a liar, is a liar. I didn't say I wasn't. I once was and now I'm not. That's the answer to that. Okay. And it's the answer throughout the Bible. So when you run into these things, you know who's in control. Your father is. And the only reason you have that relationship is because Jesus became sin for you. Amen. Amen. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I will read that. I will read that. Maybe not right now. I'm tired. It's our late in the morning. But hey, I saw some people and saw an opportunity, right? Amen. Listen, make sure you subscribe, get them notifications, and uh, this is a nice ministry, and we're a bunch of we're not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. Don't look at me. Don't look at me and think I'm anything, because I'm just a nobody. In fact, I I vape. I have all kinds of issues that probably other people would look at you. You can have issues. You can be an addict. You can be whatever. God can work with you, but He needs that relationship, and Jesus did that for you. So don't look at the man and think anything about me. You know, I'm totally imperfect. I'm broken like everyone else is, but I'm not a sinner. I can talk to my father. I can talk to my father directly. If he's got a problem with me, he'll let me know. Jay, can you write your PayPal? Um, y- uh, I mean, yeah, I don't. This is free. I mean, you could. This is everything I got's free. I'll do that. Thank you so much. I will do that but I just want to let you know that I don't pander. I mean, uh, what God I has to offer is free, and let me do this real quick. I had to do it earlier for somebody, and thank you so much. Let's see. What is? I think it's just your email, isn't it? Yeah, so or something. I haven't been charging good. That might be a part of my problems there. Okay, join PayPal. Let's see. Hang on. Okay, so my email to it. That's what you need is my email. I guess. Let me look it up real quick. Um, what? That's how I told you I don't know how to do these things. What do uh what do I give for? A personalized URL PayPal me. Your name allows you. Okay, so see if you can if this helps. This is my email to it. I think that's my email to it, and then my name on it is. I'm sorry, just give me just 1 second. I'm just trying to make sure I do things the correct way because if that's what I'm supposed to do, I think you just do your email maybe. And then my name on it is that's my email to it. If that's right, that's my. I think if they, I mean, if that's the way PayPal works, I don't know. Or PP. I mean PP. I didn't mean to say that out loud. What was I talking about? I was talking about freedom of sin, guys. And the thing is that it's so easy. Oh, Zachary, see Zachary's on here. Grand rising to the collective. Look, you know what? I don't know why I'm up this late. I was tired a long time ago, but I just got a few people on here, and we got how many people on here now? Look, three people have been free of sin since I got on here probably, I don't know, it don't tell me how long. Oh, 43 minutes ago. I didn't even expect to be on here this long. That's awesome, though. I'll take it. I will take it, you know. Um, uh, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's how you get free of sin. It's very easy. Zachary can throw up them ones and them sons. I tell you. Leah does too. These people all know, and they're willing to stick around and show you that I talk to them daily. I mean, they're on every one of them, and they've all been free of sin, and that's what the plan is right here, close to the time, is that it sounds like new wine, but it's really old wine. It's really old wine that the always a sinner. It was started at the right after Jesus ascended, and it's then spread across the whole church system. See, there you go. Gary's got one of the verses right there, and I'll tell you, that's awesome because you can find they'll try to refute you with their verses, but you make sure you remember if somebody says what you if somebody tells you um, that that what did I tell you a minute ago that uh, every man's a sinner, every man is a sinner until he's not one. That's the truth. So they struggle with sin because they struggle with the flesh. We don't struggle with the flesh because these are clothes. These are just clothes. We do not die. It's an illusion. Guess that's what I was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, yeah. So because the days are getting shorter, and Most High is about to make his move. He sure is, guys. He definitely is. We don't have much time left. I can feel the sense of urgency. I'm going to be on here probably night and day for a while. Not this late, but I'm just saying night and day for a while because I have a lot to do. I have to get this done. We got three tonight, five this morning, five the other day, and that's people getting free of it. And these are people that just went to church their whole lives, and they just know that what you're telling them's right, you know, and that's big. That's a big deal. It's one thing to not be indoctrinated. It's another thing to be indoctrinated and get it because I've been talking for this message for 10 years and just now everybody's getting it. There's a reason. It's because something's changed. Something has changed. Hey, you're looking. Oh, yeah, I am. I'm just, another thing is I'm looking down instead. The camera's up here at the top of the screen and I have to read your messages down here. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, uh, oh, thank you. Hey, thank you. That was sweet of you. Okay. Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate that so much. I didn't know if it worked like that, but um, yeah, the only reason I even put it there is because a lot of people have been asking me how to get around paying the other guy, if you know what I mean. You know, I don't want to say it on, but yeah, that's the only reason we're doing it is because people they're like they don't like giving. I would say I'll tell you like this: if I get $5 from somebody on here, it's 350 by the time they take theirs. That's a lot, isn't it? I think it is. But it's like, can't they just be okay with like a quarter? Can't they be okay with 15 cents or something? But but thank you. That was very sweet of you. Thank you very much, guys. Listen, getting free of sin is a hard thing to do for some people, and it was just you just happened to be up at one in the morning, 2 in the morning, and look at you, and no one steal your crown. I lost a guy the other day to First John. He just could not get over it, and he was one of my guys from the get go. But then I also had a lady do the same thing, and she totally flipped and turned back around and started giving me the scriptures that who gave them to me? Gary gave me the right scriptures, and she gave me about 20, Gary, that went just like that. About 20 of them. Her name's Ramona, and she's a very sweet lady. But she, like I say, she was about that. First John got her, and then she saw it, and she just. I said, I tell you what, don't ask me, go ask the Father. You got a relationship with him, go ask him. And then she comes back with about 20 verses backing it up, and that's one of them. So that's why I say, let no one steal your crown. They can't take you back away from the Father. They just can't. You got the Father, and that's the way it is. It's the way it was always supposed to be. And we don't die with these. These are clothes. That's why the whole Bible's like that. You lost your clothes, now you get them back. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? That's what, you know what? And this teaching is uh, the New Testament. You got to think the last days weren't for those guys, it was for us. I'm going to try to put this camera somewhere where we can, it looks a little more like it's staring at me. But I wanted my background because I got laser lights and stuff. Will that look more like I'm not as tired? I'm looking somewhere near you. How about that? That a little better? I don't know. I'm just trying anything, guys. Because my phone's not working as well as it should have. Oh yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I just hey, that's why I said it was sweet of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you so much. That was very hey, thank you. I got it. I got it. That was a and that's what I was talking about just a second ago. I got it, and that I was saying that a lot of people are trying to do that now because they just don't want to pay the YT people, and I get it. Because they do take a chunk. Thank you so much. That was a blessing in my life right there because this is what I want to do in life. I'm disabled beyond, but now I do this. I preach, and I teach, and I'm going to teach this message until the day Jesus comes, which is soon. Which is soon. But this is the message He told me to teach: freedom of sin. What He did. It's what He did. And if somebody tries to take that away, they're full of it. He didn't. That's right. Meld it to me old fashioned way. That was pretty awesome. I mean, like I say, it's a way around it because, like I say, this is the second time today somebody went around it. That's which is awesome. Little, anything, every that I appreciate that. Hey, thank you for the little presents there. That's nice. That's sweet of you. Um, I'm proud that you guys have really overcome something tonight. And you were just up at the right time because I don't do this late. Everybody knows I'm in bed by now. But I got my room all cleaned up. I've been working on it for 2 hours, so 2 or 3 hours. After I got off that live, I was so embarrassed. Do I have a PO box? No, not right now. I don't. No, I got the normal things like, or the normal ways like uh, C app, if you know what I'm talking about. I've got the Cash App. I got the PayPal. I got the Venmo. All them things, but I don't have a no. I don't have a PO box. I did, but we didn't keep up with it. Could It was one of the times it was $50. I couldn't afford it no more. I've got a mailbox. I've got a mailbox. I don't need a PO box no more. Yeah, yeah. I've got a regular mailbox. I'm not worried about my address getting out because it don't. You know what? You know my email, right? You got my email, Leah, right? Dailyoil77 at gmail.com. Let me go. Let me show you. Okay, so I know you're probably already in there. I'll be right. I'm just going to the next screen. Hang on. I don't know if you guys can still see me at this moment. You probably can, and I will. Go here. I think I know. There's probably Leah in there. Oh, I don't see you, Leah. I don't see you, Leah. Oh, how do I get back? How do I get back to my regular screen? Oh no. Hang on. I'll find it. I'll find it. There we go. Uh, yeah. I didn't see you in my email, so here I'll give you my email. It's so late. Who cares? I don't care. Look, I'll give you my email, but here it is. Oh, man. I know this is stupid, but it's late. Nobody cares. Ain't nobody want look. I don't think nobody's. Or they don't get nothing by getting my mail anyway. uh, if that's what you wanted, I don't know. I don't have a normal PO box. No. And if you'll get it real quick, so that I can erase this real quick off here. And then if you want my email, anybody who wants my email to send me videos or something you might be looking at, and you want me to take a look at it, I'll give you my email. that I go check, especially during lives. I like being able to type. I am not able to type on the phone like this. So is that a wire transfer? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I got Cash App and PayPal. Well, I didn't know if that would help. Maybe I shouldn't put that on there, but yeah, that's all I got. That and Venmo. Oh, and Chime. We got all the internet ones. Isn't that crazy? I don't know. I thought I was something when I got my PayPal card. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, that you don't have to do all that, Leah. Come on now. You don't have to do all that. Where you know that it's just, it don't feel like obligated to do things like that, guys. It's out of the bottom. It's out of the kindness of your heart, not out of anything that I'm not holding out a can or nothing. I'm really just having just enjoying myself. You know, if it just came down to it, you could just hit that little thing down there. I don't know. It don't matter. I mean, at some level, I get it. But uh, I don't mind going to Walmart if that's what you're talking about. Oh, you want the Walmart near me? Is that what you're wanting? Here it is. If that's what you want, is the Walmart near me. That's it. Thanks for everyone else trying to get. Oh well, look, you're reaching people. You come in here all the time, sweetheart. Look, I appreciate it. Look, there's these different ways. I'm not you do all that. Look, I got that one that he just sent me instantly. It's on my phone already. You know, on my phone already. So I appreciate it and thank you. Look, free and free of sin is we got to get this message out. I have to be on this message hard if we're going to get. We're trying to get Jesus to come on with it. Yes, ma'am. Don't you worry about it. Okay. I know you will, and I'm not worried about it anyway. I love you, and hey, uh, guys, I've been so blessed by you guys, and you come in and you make sure that you back me up every time. And look, we got three new people now. Three new people. I feel so blessed. That was worth it all right there. Staying up just a little bit longer. And I'm not talking about subscribers. I'm talking about people that are no longer sinners. You know, used to when I would say it, everybody look at me crazy because they thought I was perfect, and that's not what it meant. You know, and when you learn more, it's like I it's like you can see how Jesus could be more normal and be more like a man than they made him out to be. So when when he went through puberty, he went through all the normal things that we go through. He was tempted, all these things. He just never was a sinner. He never was without the Father. You know. So Gary, Gabriel, and Brett Bertobi. I might be saying that wrong. Maybe I need to look at it again. That's how I say things. You gotta understand, it is late. But guys, I thank you so much for everything. And I appreciate what you did for me tonight, and um, I love you guys. And thank you, and join. Like I say, join and be a part of us. What's up, Jason? I was up testing my equipment and just ended up being on here, and we got three more people just by me doing it, me staying up later. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's what we're doing. We're helping Israel right now. Yeah, I'm just here just for a moment though. I'm tired. I just was in here testing the equipment. I think it sounds good to you. Is everything looking good? I want to get the camera in the right spot where it doesn't feel like I'm looking away from it. Because but that's right. What is it? 1,000 at your right side, 10,000 at your left, or something like that. Yep. Won't be long, guys. Won't be long. We got three more non-centers right here in this group tonight. Jason, throw up that one and show them. These guys, like I say, they see it. Everybody throws up them ones in here now. That means something. That means something. And it shows that you're the anointed ones. And I'm so happy for you guys. But I was like I got on at 6 and stayed on for a while, and I had so many issues. I just figured I'd start doing it from my computer, and I gave myself some. I have some black lights to put up in the back a little bit so that that way it don't look so drab back there. You know, I like my backgrounds that my phone gives me, but it's been giving me. I don't like buffering, so and I can read a lot of the messages real good on here. You know, I can throw a couple of these things up myself, and I can type on here, so it's awesome. I like it. Now, you know, I guess I've been on here about an hour. I'll leave this one up. Why not? We got three people that are non-centers on here. I'm not talking about you guys that have been on here a minute because you guys already were non-centers. But we got some new ones just being on here. Look, just being on here this long, all they did was listen to the message and hear a common sense message versus that nonsense Swiss cheese Christianity that's been given all these years. And that's right. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'm going to sleep too, bud. I'm about to go to sleep myself. I really am. I'm probably gonna be 5 more minutes and I'm out of here. Uh, let's see here. I wanted you guys to make sure y'all subscribed and come back because we have a good time, don't we, guys? Tell them what a good time we have together. We really do. And you'll see the Rapture Saints Assembly thumbnail on it, and you can come in and hang out with us. Now we got a lot of we have a blast. We talk about all kinds of subjects, and this one. So we always have to talk about this subject, right? And then we move on to other things. But the point is that we get people out of sin. That is that is leaving Egypt and walking into the promised land. That's what that is. So if you want to talk about the Exodus, you've Exodus being a sinner, and now you're without sin. And I don't know if I'm just preaching to the choir at this point because I hadn't heard nobody in a while. But you guys have a good night, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Love you. And Jesus loves you. As soon as I figure out where to put this camera where it don't look like I'm looking down. That's right. But you know what? Done walked out of that. Done walked out of that though. Okay. Hey, tell me if I get some echo going here. Do I have echo? Hello, Jason. Am I echoing? Yes, I am echoing. Check this out. I'm so proud of you guys. Oh, I thought it'd be louder than that. Can y'all hear that good? Some people clapping and laughing for you. You hear that? Well, I've had the microphone and all this. I just didn't know how to use that on the computer. That's horrible, isn't it? I'm old. Give me a chance. Give me a chance. All right, you non-centers. I love being around a bunch of non-centers. But here, one way you can say it is, I'm not a sinner. I'm a transgressor. Now that you know the definition. All right, guys. Love you guys. You guys have a good night. Okay. I'm proud of you, bud. I'm very proud of you. Proud to know you and everything. Proud to know all of you. Leah, I love you. I love you, Gabriel, guys. Um, I'm trying to go back up the line here. Here we go. We had some really good ones tonight. We really did. You guys make sure you come back, okay? Brief. Thank you so much, Brief. Brief. You still with me? Speak brief. Speak brief. Brief. All right. Well, y'all have a good night. Love you. Bye. Prayers for all. I guess.